We now bring in the chairman of the Senate Republican Policy Committee and member of the Foreign Relations Committee, John Barrasso of Wyoming. Senator, thank you for being here this morning. I know it's a busy morning, first week of 2018, and there is an aggressive agenda out there. Is immigration reform setting up to be the next big fight?
Well, we need to fund the government. I'm ready to do that. Immigration reform should be separate from that. I agree with the president. We need border security. We need enforcement. We need to be able to end this chain migration, something that started back in 1965 but has been hijacked since then. So I think they ought to be separated. We need to keep the government funded, and that's what a responsible governing body does, not shut down the government, which is what the Democrats are talking about doing over the issue of immigration.
But clearly, Democrats, they're making it very clear what they want, and they want this DACA fix in there. And the White House says they do want to reach across the aisle to get something done. I'm just wondering if there is a compromise reached, what that looks like in a best-case scenario for you.
Well, for me, I need border security. That is critical to me, and that includes infrastructure. It includes manpower. It includes the technology to make sure we have a secure border. Senator McConnell has said if there is a bipartisan agreement and something the president says he will sign, then that will be brought to the Senate floor for a vote. But if the president isn't ready to sign it, there is no reason to go through the floor debate in the Senate to deal with this. We need to keep the government funded, and that's what I'm focused on now, funding the priorities of the American people, which to me keeps the country safe and secure and strong, which is the funding for the military.
And those priorities, Sarah Sanders at the White House yesterday said, for the White House have not changed. Listen.
Our priorities on what we would hope to have in any immigration bill and any DACA deal haven't changed. They would include securing the border with a wall, ensuring interior enforcement, eliminating the visa lottery program, and ending chain migration. All those things are still the same.
And Senator, before I let you go, with this big meeting happening today and the series of tweets that we have seen from the president recently, you sit on the Foreign Relations Committee. It's important to ask you your thoughts this morning, as you have already seen the president aggressively this week tweeting about obviously a lot of the topics on the table right now, including support for the protesters in Iran, to North Korea. My button is bigger than yours, telling Kim Jong-un. What do you think of all of that and the president's tweeting on this?
Well, I think the world is a much more dangerous place now than it was 10 years ago, and we saw that as the last administration allowed things to go to a level that they should have never gotten to. I'm delighted that President Trump has taken an active role, and now we have much more involvement with China with regard to North Korea that we didn't have before. We have the support for the Iranian protesters that we didn't have in a previous administration. You know, I think President Trump is right to be forcefully pushing forth the United States as the most credible nation in terms of military, in terms of our policies, and in terms of our economy. And this American First economy is allowing that to go forward. We have, you see it with the stock market today, right now, over 25,000. There is an incredible confidence in our country now as a result of the tax bill that is passed and all the things that we're working on today to strengthen our country.
You know, Senator, as you say that, there's a picture of the big board of the Dow topping 25,000 as you talk about that optimism surely showing up in the American stock market. All right, Senator Barrasso, thank you for coming on this morning. Good to see you.
Thank you. I'm seeing it in Wyoming every day, this incredible confidence and optimism in our country and our economy.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.